It always starts small. A joke that cuts a little too deep. A text left unread for 3 days. A decision made about your life without anyone asking you first. You feel it in your stomach before you feel it anywhere else. A cold, sinking weight. And what do? You smile. You swallow it. You tell yourself you're being mature. You tell yourself it doesn't matter. But it does matter, because disrespect is never just one moment. It is a test, and every single time you stay quiet, every time you laugh it off, you are not being kind. You are signing a contract. A contract that says your dignity is up for negotiation. A contract that says you can be walked on and nothing will happen. 500 years ago, a man named Niccolò Machiavelli looked into the darkest corners of human behavior and wrote down what he saw. He didn't write for people who wanted to be liked. He wrote for people who wanted to survive. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why people test you, the one habit that invites them to do it, and the exact words and silences that make them stop for good. Stay until the end, because the last part of this video is the one thing most people never learn, and it's the one that changes everything. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Why they test you. Human beings are always scanning the people around them. Without even meaning to, we all ask the same silent question about everyone we meet. Who is above me? Who is below me? And who can I get away with pushing? So when someone meets you, a new coworker, a date, an old friend, they run a small test, a joke at your expense, showing up late without a word, cutting you off mid-sentence. They are watching to see what you do next. If you push back, even with just a look or a beat of silence, they back off. They file you under respect. But if you shrink, if you say it's fine, don't worry about it, you have just handed them permission. And here is the part that stings. You are the one training them. Every time you let it slide, you are teaching the people around you that your time is cheap and your feelings are optional. Think about the last time someone talked over you in a meeting or a conversation. Did you stop mid-sentence? Did you apologize for talking in the first place? That small moment of backing down is not embarrassment. It is your own self-respect quietly asking why you just gave it away. Machiavelli warned that conflict avoided today is not conflict erased. It is only delayed, and it grows interest while you wait. Every boundary you don't set today becomes a war against your own self-worth tomorrow. Lesson 2. Become the void. So, what actually works? Not the advice you always hear, just tell them how you feel. That advice is weak, and worse, it's dangerous. When you explain your hurt feelings to someone who already disrespects you, you're not building a bridge, you're handing them a map to your weak spots. Instead, picture this. Throw a ball against a wall, and it bounces straight back. That's a game, and it keeps the other person engaged. Now throw that same ball into a black, empty space. No bounce, no sound. It just disappears. You wouldn't throw a second ball. You'd step back, unsettled by the silence. That is the power of not reacting. When someone insults you, they are expecting a script. They want you angry because anger proves they can control you. Or they want you to shrink away because that proves they own the room. When you do neither, when you simply hold their gaze, say nothing, and let the silence stretch, the insult has nowhere to go. It bounces back onto them. You will watch them start to fidget, start to backtrack. I was just joking. Why are you so serious? That is them scrambling to get a reaction they are no longer getting. This is not passivity, it is strategy. Your attention and your energy are valuable. Why would you spend either one on someone who just tried to take something from you? Sometimes people go further and disguise an insult as a compliment. You're smart for someone who didn't go to college. Or, you look good, did you lose weight? If you get defensive or say thank you, the trap closes. The way out is simple. agree without letting it land. They say, "You're so lazy." You say, "I know, it's a gift." This response is called fogging. Throw a stone at a rock, it chips. Throw a stone into fog, and it passes straight through. You give them nothing to push against, and it confuses them completely. Before we go further, if this is landing for you, drop a comment below and tell me, what is the situation in your life right now where you've been staying silent for too long? I read every comment, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe. The second half of this video is where everything changes, and you won't want to miss it. Lesson 3: Show the sword. Silence works most of the time, but sometimes it isn't enough. Machiavelli believed you need both the cunning of the fox and the strength of the lion, and there are moments where you need to show your teeth, not to attack, but to remind people that you can. Here is the key most people get wrong. The consequence has to be an action, never a warning. You don't say, "If you interrupt me again, I'm leaving." You just stop talking, wait for them to finish, and then turn your attention to someone else. You don't announce a boundary. You simply enforce it. If a friend constantly cancels on you, you don't write them a long message about how it hurts. You just stop inviting them. When they eventually reach out wondering why you've gone quiet, you are busy, not fake busy, actually busy building a life that doesn't need their approval to feel full. This is hard, because it means you have to be willing to lose people who were never really respecting you in the first place. But without that willingness, you have no real leverage. None. A boundary you're not willing to enforce isn't a boundary, it's a suggestion. Lesson 4: Reset your own standard. Here is the deepest truth in all of this. On some level, people treat you the way they do because of the standard you've quietly taught them you'll accept. If you grew up around chaos or mistreatment, your mind may have set its tolerance level too high. Kindness might even feel suspicious, while poor treatment feels familiar, almost like home. The way out starts with how you treat yourself. If you break promises to yourself, if you talk down to yourself in the mirror, you are broadcasting your own worth to everyone around you before they even open their mouth. So start small. Keep the promises you make to yourself. Go to the gym when you said you would. Do the work when you said you would. Every kept promise is a brick in what the old philosophers called the inner citadel, a fortress inside your mind that no one can enter without your permission. When you build that fortress, you stop needing to fight for respect. You simply stop accepting anything less, and people can feel that shift, even if they can't explain it. Understand this. The goal was never to make everyone treat you perfectly. Some people will never change. The real victory is that their behavior stops being able to touch you. You stop waiting for an apology that isn't coming. You stop shrinking to keep a peace that was never yours to protect in the first place. It was theirs, and you were the one paying for it. Your mission this week is simple. Notice one moment where you would normally shrink, apologize, or explain yourself, and instead, hold the silence, hold the boundary. Just watch what happens. If this video gave you something you needed to hear today, subscribe now so you don't miss what comes next, and leave a comment below sharing which lesson hit you the hardest. I read and reply to as many as I can. And if you want to go even deeper into this way of thinking, into the strategy, the discipline, and the mindset it takes to become someone who can no longer be disrespected, that is exactly what I lay out in my book, The Shadow Sovereign. It's the next step after this video, and the link is in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.